Hi, good morning, everybody that's out here in the US of A, and good afternoon, good evening to all of our friends over in Mother Europa, all my Bizarre Kangs, the Culture Dads, Pulp Cultists, all the Bog Lords, all my boys. Good morning, everybody. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little bit sick today. I'm fighting a cold. It was pretty, I knew it was happening, right? Last night, I was laying down. I'm working on a new song, by the way. It's just I'm really getting back into the music stuff, and I'm about to lay down a vocal track, and I'm like, I can't even hit these notes. I get out of my studio, I go downstairs, and I start feeling lousy. And a couple hours later, I'm like freezing cold. I'm drinking tea, that kind of stuff. So I apologize if my voice is a little lousy, but guys, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Telegram at the Bizarcast and buy books over at the Bizarcast.com. We got a lot of big news coming. We got a new book about to drop any day now. So new stuff coming your guys' way. And speaking of cool books, speaking of cool writers, I have Mr. Christopher Evrard from Belgium here with me this morning. Comment ça va, mon ami?
Hello, my friend, and thank you for having me. The very few occasion we had to talk and exchange a bit, it was a pleasure, and yeah, I'm very pleased to be here with you, especially since, as you said, you was sick, and I was like, you have a life, man. If you're really feeling bad, it's okay to reschedule and all. And you were like, no, I'm a man. I will power through
it. yeah. Force of nature, can't stop, won't stop. So, Mr. Christopher, let's open it all up for folks that don't know. Mr. Christopher is a Belgian author. He's got a Kickstarter going on for a new project. It all looks really, really cool, and he's trying to make his way into the Anglosphere because, as you guys can hear, he's a native French speaker. But he wants to come join the boys in the Anglosphere, the Americans and Brit Bongs and all our boys over here, and get mixed up in the pulp scene. But he's asking for a little bit of help to help with his Kickstarter because he had some trouble over in the Francosphere with getting canceled and all that. Christopher, I don't know how much you want to tell us about that, because I know folks are going to want to hear that story.
About the cancel thing?
Yeah, lay it on us. What you can tell.
Yeah. Well, the first part is pretty boring. Like I try to go into the various publishing house here in France, Belgium, and I think one was Swiss also, because there is also French-speaking people in Swiss.
Yeah.
And of course, all of them were not interested. But I was like, well, fuck it, I will go self-publish, and I had some trouble with some people. Unfortunately, I cannot go into full detail for legal reason and serious one. So I'm treading on thin ice here. But yeah, long story short, with the self-publishing scene, I was like, yeah, sure, I will have the flag, my own flag with my blackjack and hookers and all. And I noticed that it was rampant with wokeness and SJW and all, and I had some rough time with some people, and the word began to spread with article written about me with my full name, like on the title, like Christopher Evrard, blah 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 blah, is a bad man in every single way, and yeah, one example was, sorry, I repeat myself, is that I wasn't very fond of the Me Too thing, and that was one of the very few arguments they needed to cancel me.
Damn, that's crazy. We're gonna get it. I gotta give some shouts here. We got Illuminatus, our boy. He's in the chat, fellow Bizarre Kang. We got Sister Yiz. What's up, Yiz? We got Statutory Grape, Yankee Apple. Got some great people in the chat. What's up, folks? Good morning, you guys. So, let's go back to you. Like, what was their like evidence for this? What did they like do?
Well, they published many articles about me, and they even tried to contact some people. I try to promote my work, like book critics and stuff like that. One time I was on a live stream about the classic. I was speaking about the classic diversity and inclusion thing, and sure enough, silence in the live stream with like 5 or 10 people.
What?
Yes, yes. I think one time also someone spoke about the Black Lives Matter thing, and I was like, "Do you know that the creator of the Black Matter movement like bought like 5 mansion or something?" And they were like, "No, that's not true. You don't understand, and you are blah 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 blah." So
And this is in Europe, French speaking Europe.
yes. And again, I'm a very, very little person. Like I'm nobody. Nobody know about my work, and I try my hardest to make myself known. And not it's not like an ego thing, but just there is something that I did. Let me show it to you just for 1 second. And apparently, this is no because I have committed the crime of wrong thing, wrong opinion, and apparently I'm not even real autistic. And yeah, and many other thing that article was written about me. And there is some people that at one point, bit less now, but spent most of their time tweeting about me. Like there was like 10 or 20 tweets every single day about me, something like that.
Wow.
Maybe a bit high on the number, but yeah, uh, I think that was Jeremy that said the expression "I live in their head rent free," something like that. And yet, this was scary. I even had some. I will need to Google translate the word. But there, as I said, there is some legal ramification, and I don't, I should not say some stuff. But yeah, there was like a lawyer thing involved, and money that is asked for me, and no small amount. And I'm not always sure the right correct amount they're asking, because it changed. But the highest I remember was 180,000 euros.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh yeah, I had some bailiff involved with me.
jeez.
That was the word I was looking for.
So you get canceled over there. It sounds like there's like no based people over there at all. Like
No,
everybody's just gay.
it's something I want to speak on my YouTube channel. And I won't read the whole thing, but the TLDR is something like I feel betrayed by my own country, and
Mhm.
and people, like the French speaking people, because for and I remember you dying laughing your ass off when I said you that we don't have native entertainment here in the Francosphere. For example, the French cartoon, bande dessinée, and all. We have that a bit, but 95% is stuff from the US, the Disney, the Netflix. When I was a kid, I grew up with Ninja Turtles.
That was just so bizarre to me. It's like, what is the theme song sound like?
It's more or less the same, but I will not sing it.
Come on, give it, get your Teenage Mutant Ninja
it's the
Turtles.
it's the same, but in French.
Let me hear it. I want to hear it.
Tortue Ninja, Tortue Ninja, Tortue Ninja.
That's so weird.
It's a cult classic here. It's seriously like I went to a geek convention, a bit more on the Japanese manga stuff, but sometimes they like to have guests, like famous people. And one of the thing we love the most in the Francosphere is the singer of all theme song. For example, Starsky and Hutch. Maybe it's not the correct name in English, or the Pokemon singer, the very I wanna be the very best, but in the French version, and the Ninja Turtle, of course.
That's so weird. That's so
This
weird to
is
me.
our entertainment. We don't have French speaking major, like flag bearer stuff. No, the best we have, from my experience again, is Tintin. Are you aware that Tintin, at least for the very specific Belgian bande dessinée, and remember, boys, bande dessinée is from Belgium, not France. Again, they're trying to steal that from us, like the fries. Tintin started more than 100 years ago.
Damn.
More
So
than 100.
it's strange because I know that like things like Heavy Metal Magazine and stuff like that in the 80s, and you guys came out with some like pretty cool animated movies and stuff like Gandahar's out of France, I believe.
Yeah,
So they're
it was
like in,
beautiful. Very weird and eerie, but beautiful. It was
yeah, I love it.
groundbreaking.
And so it's like I was under the impression that you guys had like like insulated art culture there, but apparently like not at all.
It's a niche in our own country. That's the hard and painful truth. For example, there is one that I very much enjoyed, who's called Torgal. Maybe don't pronounce it well. It's very very old. It's like heavy metal, for example. I mean, in the same era. It's the story of a Viking who came actually from space. When you hear the backstory of it, it's a bande dessinée, and yeah, it's like 70, 60 years ago. Again, old stuff, niche stuff. Even the Smurf that we love it in Belgium, it's niche. It's like an old nice souvenir.
That's so weird. That's nuts.
It's sad. It's sad. This is something that make me actually angry. And I understand the monetary and financial argument. Like you want it's not charity. You want to make money and all, but I dare to ask the question, and I dare people to try to answer it without being a cynical motherfucker. Where is the place of art today?
Well, that's something that we have trouble with in the Anglosphere too. That's something
Yeah.
that that's.
Oh, fuck off, Charles. Stop it. Sorry, but I'm tired of it.
So let's
Vis-
talk
Visit
about,
Belgium and you will see that it's very special people.
let's get into well. Illuminatus says this is a French word. I don't know what this means. He says les huissiers.
Yeah, it's the bailiff.
Oh, okay. So let's get right in. Let's talk about your books. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen share here. Give me 1 second. I'm like kind of I'm on cough medicine, so I'm a little bit loopy. Here we go. Let's bring it up here. Okay, cool. There we go. So here's your Kickstarter. This is for I don't know how I can't say that.
The translation is Demon Realms.
The Demon Realms. Okay. I'm gonna play this little video here. You got a video. I can't get the audio up, I don't think.
So yes, you can. It's copyright free. It's on my own stuff. I paid for everything. Spare no expense.
This looks dope.
Thank you.
Shit. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Very hard, this magical and terrifying world. Hell yeah, dude. This looks fucking dope, dude. I'll be honest with you. This looks fucking cool.
Thank you very much. And once again, I emphasize heavily that I'm not the drawer, but I work very close with the artist to make everything like my own. It's not like I pay someone draw me a dragon and that's it. No. It's all from the books, from the story, from the actual pages. All the black and white stuff you've seen, the art, the black and white art, is seen in specific moment in the books in the story.
All right.
So every design and stuff, it's all from me. So in a way, I am the source material and the art director. But all credits due to the artist, of course, of course, of course. But I, maybe I'm a bit prideful. But yeah, I please don't forget the writer. All come from me at the very beginning, please. Don't forget it.
and then you got 4 novels that led up to this, right?
Yeah, if you scroll a bit, you can see the cover art and all.
Let's scroll a little bit. Okay. They're all called the Demon Realms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the name of the IP.
Okay, this looks fucking dope, dude. It's kind of like dark fantasy, a little bit of horror in there.
Yeah, yeah. It's my main inspiration, to be honest, in the tone and the universe and the theme is from Berserk, to be honest. Like heavily emphasis on philosophy, psychology, what is the actual meaning of some values and concepts, for example, friendship, good and evil. And one of the best example I explain to people when I'm at a book convention and I pitch the thing to some potential customer is the more or less main character named Siwen, which is the guy with the sword on the first cover on the left. He has a very rough life, and at some point, he think to himself something like, "So I'm in deep shit. Like there is even no point living at this specific moment, but." All the thing I went through, all the man I am today is in a way thanks to what I've been through. So is all the harshness and terrible thing I've experienced, is it good or bad? Because I'm still not a bad person at the end.
So, these 4 books that you already have, these are only in French, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
And that's somewhat of what you need some help with, is you want to translate these into English.
Yes, but the goal of the Kickstarter is to fund the art book, which is available in English. In the budget of this Kickstarter, it is accounted for the translation of the art book. For the novel, it's another story because it has many, many, many words and therefore many, many, many money to pay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So your goal here's 30. You got 38 G's here. That's a big stack,
Yes.
bub. That's a big old stack.
Yes, I know, but I'm sure you are aware of that because yourself you are chief editor or boss of a publishing company. I don't know what to call you, but I have to pay for every bit of expertise on this project. Since I'm no drawer, I have to pay the artist. I have to pay for the translation, for the correction, for the printing of the book. There is a giant figurine that I made for like a very special rewards on the Kickstarter. I had to pay for that also, and I tried to cut every single corner. I tried, but yeah, for example, for the artist, she will be making 100 art piece for the art book, and she asked for something like 9,000 euros. So if you contextualize it a bit better, it's 90 euros per drawing with the quality you saw. So I think that I did my best for cutting every corner.
Yeah, I mean you gotta look. It's a big old project. You know, it's probably worth almost 40 G's, but and you already got 5K here. That's getting 5K is an accomplishment. That's out of 32 back. I can't do the math in my head, but these are some generous backers.
It's something like $150 per backer, something like that.
Yeah, that's hey, you gotta do your thing. So you got 20 days left on this Kickstarter. And
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I think maybe you can do it. If you keep grinding, maybe you can hit that.
Yeah, I will. Like my dear friend Trim is saying, and also years and again years. I hope you're still in there to hear it, but I will never thank you enough for everything you are doing for me. And this is thanks to years that we are in touch today and we are talking live and all. So thank you, years, Thank you, dear Dave, and for the Anglosphere, because once again you prove me wrong, prove me right. Sorry, Freudian slip. That the Francosphere is dead, because in 1 year I had so much more support and encouragement, and nice words, and nice sentiment, and someone that heard to my stuff and say, oh, I can get you in touch with this and that, and we try this and that. In the Francosphere, fuck you, go away. It's the cliche of yourself as an American going to France, trying your best, sorry, mon ami, can you please speak English, stuff like that, and they will look down at you with disdain and disgust, and oh, you don't speak French, go away, and it's hell for artists. Seriously, France and Francosphere in general is hell. You have no hope of being successful in the Francosphere, and this is my maybe not best attempt to reach the Anglosphere and say, I know I sound like a frog and snail eater. I know, but maybe I can entertain you without politics, without agenda, except trying my best to do my craft, because this is also something we lost along the years and along the way, is we lost the value of good craftsmanship, and
Mm,
being a writer is craftsmanship.
absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. So yeah, let's I, tell us about Demon Realm, because this is in French. I'm not going to be able to read this yet until it gets translated. So give us kind of an overview. Okay, so I'm gonna don't go too hard, because I'm notorious for this too. Somebody asked me one question about my about the worlds and the stories that I write, and I end up talking for an hour. Let's you know what
I
I mean?
know.
Give us the too long didn't read for Demon Realms.
Well, I am on the other extreme of the thing. For me, I'm like, I don't want to spoil anything, so I will not say anything. But I have prepared a bit of speech myself, so
Right.
I will do my best. So we enter the world of Demon Realms with a Genesis story, like with cosmic beings, gods, and stuff like that. But they are, yeah, pretty demonic looking, and this is very weird for the reader, I know, but this is important. And with each book you will read, you will have the other episode of this Genesis. So it's almost like there is two stories to my books. There is the Genesis thing, and there is the actual dark fantasy stuff. For the first chapter, you discover the Siwen guy I spoke about, which is the swordsman on the first cover, with the demon on the left. And he is a very blasé guy. He doesn't think there is even point of living anymore. It's like, I've been sued for so much shit. Like, what the hell? What can I do anymore? And at one point, he keep hearing about the Stone of Ages, which is the name of the first book of the series. And the Stone of Ages is a legend. Like, it's like the Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball. Like, with it you can do anything. And he's saying to himself, well, my life is shit. I have not much to do anymore at this point. So why not try finding it? And he goes on an adventure to find it, or at least get information, because again, it's been lost in legends. And we enter the first book with him at the very inches away of finding it. Like, he has a very important piece of information. He's close to getting it. From his findings and discoveries, and the conclusion of this giant piece of breadcrumbs he came along, the entire world turned upside down and turned to shit. There is so many like domino effect going on that, yeah, it's hell. And this is as much as I can say without spoiling the stories, without spoiling like, oh, you meet this character, you encounter this kind of people, there is this fight going on, there is this king and queen, blah blah blah. And there is many creature, many monster, many people, and this is what exactly the art book itself will show, like exactly what kind of monster, what kind of people, where are these monsters, how do they live, what kind of anecdote the scientist of some people find out about them, stuff like that. It's almost like an encyclopedia. You know, like when you play a video game, RPG, fantasy video game, there is like a bestiary. Well, this is it. This is a bestiary.
Yeah. Like a monster manual.
Exactly.
Yeah,
For
very
people
cool.
who play the Warhammer, like the army book, it's exactly that without the stats and the point parts. And it will be something like 85 pages, fully colored with lore blurbs.
Yeah, this is man. You got like little statues here. You got
Yeah.
all kind of shit, dude. This looks dope. But hey, I'm gonna find the video for the figurine. Here,
Yeah,
let's put
it's a turnaround.
Oh, there we go.
This is in US unit. It's 14 inches high and something like 15 inches in width because of the wings.
That's fucking dope, bub.
Yeah, and this prototype, because this prototype is actually made, and the actual physical product exists and was made. The prototype of the figurine, from the 3D sculpt on ZBrush to the 3D printing and the 3D, not the 3D, and the painting, cost me 3,000 euros. And for people who are a bit aware of the price and the skills and the tribulation you have to go through to do an entire process from zero for a product of that quality and that size, it's kind of cheap.
Yeah, dude, this is a gigantic project. You're offering coasters, you're offering trading cards and bookmarks and like all kind of shit. Jesus Christ, come on, dog. Magnets. Yeah, so you back this, you get a whole. If you back this, you get a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, even a mouse pad and some. Yeah, and it's kind of expensive mousepad because I wanted to have really nice quality. It's a cloth mousepad, so it's not like the bad plastic one that is destroyed in 1 year. And also like the PVC panel also are not cheap.
Yeah, this is.
And
this
for
is
the coaster, it's a funny story because it's a very close friend of mine who helped me years and years and years ago when I was homeless, to be honest. And she has a kid now. The guy and the girl are my friends, so it's a couple's friend, if you know what I mean. And the girl tried to have some hobby, with a kid, and when the kid is asleep, what can I do? I cannot make noises and all, but I will try to make something. And she tried to do some pyro engraving, and I was like, the thing you tried look cool, so do you want to work a bit with me to make nice drink coaster? And she was like, yeah, if you think that my stuff is cool enough. So I took every single symbols, because I have many appendices on my books, like a map, timeline, there is some low relief and stuff like that. There's in every single book with the art piece, the black and white drawing, there is some references and appendices like that. And I have like more than 50 symbol, for faction, people, and stuff like that, location.
Oh my god!
And she pyro engrave. She will pyro engrave all the symbols on my books on some coaster, wood coaster, not plastic stuff. It's actual wood.
Yeah, this is like you created like an entire freaking IP here. This is like the entirety of like Greyhawk or something. You know what I mean? Like this is a whole big world. You got all kind of, and like I'm actually pretty blown away by all the stuff you're offering. I'm about to do a Kickstarter here in like a couple months, and I'm not offering anything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I've seen it that most people, but this is again, it's the financial side of thing that I was on the Archcast early, and he talked to me about this. You have to think about the money, and yeah, most of the Kickstarter and crowdfunding I kind of cheap, like cheap steak. They don't offer much, and I wanted to be the opposite. I wanted to be the generous guy. Like I made every sort of cool stuff. Yeah, maybe you will spend €5 for 3 or 5 coaster, but I want to share what I've created.
yeah.
I, I will try not to cry on live stream because it's close to my heart, but
Yeah.
that's all I want. I just want to keep doing great stuff. I want. We all cried inside when we saw Star Wars being destroyed. I want to be the other guy. I want to be the guy that makes something and be generous and put his sweat and blood and dreams into his project. I want to
Hell yeah.
respect you. I want to respect the ideas and the universe I've created in my heart and my head, because my main inspiration may be, I mentioned Berserk, but it's also like 80% is my personal life, and some stuff I've been through and all. And yeah, I want to be the kind of person who offer you, like, everything you love is being raped, to be honest. I'm
Mhm.
sorry if I shouldn't say that on your live
Nah,
stream, but
say whatever you want.
yeah, in France we have a saying like, let's call a cat, and yeah, every single IP we loved is being destroyed. And me, my humble Belgian self, I can offer you this. It's
Yeah.
new, I know you don't know it, but here is my passion.
Well, this is like next level, bud. I have never, I've done a lot of stuff. I put a lot of stuff out. I have never even come close to something of this caliber, of this size. Like you're guys, if you guys can back this and you get like if you get the certain tier, you get drink coasters,
Yeah,
bookmarks,
you can
stickers.
scroll on the tier themselves to see what actually people will get. But for example, for €50, you have the art book itself. Will be like hardcover. It's on the right. It's on like another part of the screen. You have to scroll. Yes, this well. And for €50, you have the art book, but you also like a bookmark and postcard and stuff. I know that the shipping will be a pain in the ass, but there is just no way around it. But yeah, I try to give as much as I can with the money that people are trusting me with, because this is also something that I'm pissed off with today's entertainment. They don't respect the money you gave them. Like it is like $10 for, I don't know, a small comic book. But the people who make the comic book, they spit in your face. They change Superman to a gay school rioter. I don't know the name.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it.
yeah, me and you both. This is crazy. You get have you pledge 900 euros. Christopher will come to your house and do your laundry and watch your kids for you,
Uh,
along with the
Seriously, I I wish I could. I wish I could. I even had a dumb idea. Like, if you actually help me with all of the money that I need to succeed, like the 35, I will shave my beard and videotape it, because I have a giant beard. One of my life goals is to be a lookalike of ZZ Top.
to look like ZZ Top. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
Uh,
I can actually sing. Well, not like ZZ Top, but I'm more like an extreme metal guy. But yeah, I will be your extreme metal ZZ Top guy.
yeah, you'll be the sharp dressed man. Yeah, what's your favorite ZZ Top tunes? I'm a ZZ Top guy too.
Oh, well, if I say Lagrange, it would be a cliche, but
Yeah.
well, I don't remember the name of the song, but Yeah, yeah, but I don't remember the name of the song, to be honest. But yeah, I love ZZ Top. I love the look of the band. I love the way they said "fuck you" to Gillette. To not look too much like a dumb guy, I will try to refresh my memories with ZZ Top song. Because I have the best stuff years ago, and I spent like almost a year only listening to them.
Uh, I saw him
Oh
twice.
yeah, yeah. Give me all your lovin'. Give me all of your lovin' was one of my favorites.
Uh, I saw him. I've seen ZZ Top twice in
Oh
concert.
man.
Yeah, they're fucking great. The second time I saw them, they were pretty old and they didn't really have the pizzazz. Like they're still really good and they still sounded good. But the first time I saw them, it was crazy. Yeah, these guys are like 60 something years old and they're still young girls like taking their tops off for them.
Well, it would be a shame if it hadn't happened, man. It's like for Motorhead show, like if you don't show your boobs to Lemmy, you miss something. You miss something.
yeah, it was a really good the first one. The song "Cheap Sunglasses."
Yes, of course.
You know the breakdown, dun, dun, and he goes. They did that for like 10 minutes, and then Billy Gibbons just like soloed over it for like 10 minutes. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah, again, this is something in Europe that we don't value, like the just the rock and roll culture. I'm not even speaking about heavy metal because it's a bit different, but just epic rock and roll from the US. It's I miss it. I want to immigrate to the United States, man.
We got our problems here too, but yeah, I'll
I
agree.
know, I know, I know.
I'll agree. American rock and roll fucks. It's fucking big.
It's I could don't let me start on music because as a metalhead and if you are a
Oh, yeah.
musician yourself, you will say, oh yes, dude. You wouldn't even say it, you just nod in silence. Heavy metal and the other genre that came from it, for example thrash metal, black metal, and all the other genre, it was supposed to be a counterculture movement. It was supposed to fuck you to life at the time, at this very specific moment in life. And
Yeah.
today it has become like eaten by the music industry, to be more specific. They said, we can give you money to make you keep doing music, and unfortunately most of the bands said yes, and I cannot really blame them because you have to live. But at that specific moment when heavy metal become mainstream, like major band like Sabaton and Storm and even Metallica, the latest album, heavy metal died. The soul of it died, and
Mm.
I miss it. I really, really miss it.
I would disagree with you. I think that heavy
Oh,
metal is alive and well. There's so much dope stuff going on in the underground. You got new wave of traditional heavy metal. You got the doom scene. You got lots of. It's just like
you're speaking underground.
what's that?
You're speaking about the underground scene.
Oh yeah, the best stuff's always in the underground.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah.
has been.
Okay. We are on the same page, and I'm talking more about the mainstream because back in the day, like the 80s and 90s, you had the famous like trial with D. Snyder and all. Heavy metal was the enemy. You know what I mean? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. That
Yeah, but I'll tell you, it's still the enemy, bro. It's
yeah,
you know
okay,
what I mean? It's like here's an argument that we make on my podcast, Culture Dads, that I do over with Imperium Press, is the Tipper Gore and the church ladies and all the people trying to shut it down back then just changed their clothes.
yes,
They were like cancel culture, but in a different that it's still the longhouse. It's still this toxic matriarchy of these like uppity whores trying to keep young men down. That's all it is. They just don't
yes,
want
of
young
course,
men getting to virile, right? They don't want us expressing ourselves too hard with our art forms and making things that'll, God forbid, encourage young men to go out and get something. You know what I mean? And so
yeah.
so it was like you got Pulp Fiction in the olden days. That was looked down on. You got the heavy metal and all that stuff in the 80s and 90s and even the 70s with the rock and roll with Deep Purple and Black Sabbath and like
Oh
all this
man,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Led Zeppelin and Oakwind and
yeah, yes, that same small D. Yeah, these are some guys that are rocking some small peepee energy. We rock big peepee. We're big PP around here, boy.
Yeah. But for my comment, I was speaking more about, you know, the mainstream, the name you see on the main stage at 8 p.m. on Metal Festival, and
Oh, those guys are all gay. It's all gay.
yeah, this I dislike. I see this, and I just cannot think anything else than you lost something along the way, bros. You lost something. It's, as you said, for example, the doom metal is a very nice topic. Sorry for the tangent. I
No,
said
do whatever
don't
you
let me
want,
start
bro.
it on music.
Say whatever you want, bud.
Yeah, but the doom metal scene is a very very nice thing to cover, because almost every single metalhead don't know about the doom metal scene. Even I
Yeah,
myself
no.
don't know much about, because it's a niche within a niche within a niche. And as you said, this is where at the underground level, when you see the true artist and the one that keep the scene alive. And yeah, it's I agree with you that there is still like the middle finger alive and well in the underground scene, but for the mainstream, like it's like people saying, "Oh, I am a gamer. I played Assassin's Creed." Ah, no.
Dude, I would argue there is no mainstream no more. Everything is
Oh,
like faction, dude. If you go on YouTube and look up, there's YouTube channels dedicated. We're talking about doom metal. There's this one channel I follow called Does It Doom, and they have like thousands and thousands and thousands of subs. They get thousands of comments and views, and it's just like a YouTube channel with a guy that talks about guitar pedals, for doom. So it's like Doom is, and it's, you said Doom is a niche in a niche. That's true, but it's a niche in a niche in a niche with hundreds of thousands, millions of people that
well,
are into it. You know
I
what I
was
mean?
unaware of that, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, it's popping. There's the mainstream is gay and like losing
Yeah,
losing weight. The because of the nature of the internet and everything, there is no mainstream anymore. The underground has all these like fractured like little virtual localities, and these things are popping collectively with independent publishing. Us indies collectively, we are like we crush big pub. Big publishing can't even hold a candle to the amount of books that we're moving. They suck.
so this is I segue a bit to move the light on me. This is why you said that my stuff is impressive, because the not so mainstream scene doesn't offer or have the same energy and drive. This is where you were coming from.
No, well, what I'm saying is that like stuff like what you're doing and what I'm doing is it fucking slaps. And the mainstream don't have nothing like this, right? This has
Yeah.
heart and soul and everything. You just fucking, you're like, I might fucking cry or whatever, dude. That shows that your heart's in the shit. You know what I mean? That's heart right there. You think Wizards of the Coast or Simon and Schuster or any of them fucking phenoics. I'm trying not to say the FAG word because I just got remonetized. But you think any of those cream puff poons out there, those goblins give a shit like that? No, they're completely detached. They don't give a shit. They're raking money. They put out
Yeah.
crap, and because of it, they're paying the price. And guys like us are on the come up. Yeah, you are a big stack here, and that's gonna be a tough thing. You got 5 Gs, bro. 5 Gs. That's a big accomplishment all just there. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
I'm not entirely realizing that, so maybe I lack perspective on that, especially since you are like
yeah.
an actual publisher. But yeah, to me, it's like I failed.
No, you didn't fail. You just yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna here I have a policy that never talk about failures, even while you're failing. Never say it. So like if I'm fucking
Yeah.
up, if like one of my books is like not selling well, somebody asks me, oh yeah, it's doing good. I never admit that I'm not. But we're gonna put it all on the table. I'm gonna be completely honest. You asked for quite a bit here. This is a very
Yeah, I
big
know. I
project,
know.
but put it in perspective. This 5 grand. If you would have like started like, hey, I want 8 grand or 6 grand or something like that, you would have smashed it. You know what I mean? Like this
Mm.
is 5 grand in a Kickstarter. That's like the top. You're in like the top 15% of Kickstarters, dude.
I'm not aware because I skipped to tell this bit of backstory because this book is a promise I made for my first ever crowdfunding because I did 2 successful crowdfunding. Can I give you the link just to show? I know it's in
Yeah, let's
French,
do
but
it. Throw it up, bro.
this is the main one. I will show you. I will put it in the chat on StreamYard. So this is my first crowdfunding, and it was for my third novel. If you spotted the cover, it's the one with the ugly baby that traumatized a bit of people. And when they read about it, like, oh, I feel sad to have said that. So it was a success, and it was I think I remember something like 3,300, something like that. And so yeah, the goal was reached, and there was a stretch goal at one point, which was to make the promise to start an art book, and the art book project is the fulfillment of that promise.
Okay, real quick, I got this pop up here, which I can't read it.
The
Which one?
blue one, okay.
What does that do?
It said okay, fuck you for the cookies.
What if I don't want cookies?
I'll say refuse the one of the left.
Refuser.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't speak French, but
No worries.
yeah. So like right here, you got 3 Gs. You smashed it, 132%. I don't know how you're thinking that you're failing, bub. You're like, you're like, let's say this one here doesn't make it. You're already you're 4 for 5, dude. You're 4 for 5. That's like Joe Montana numbers, dude. You know what I mean? Like you went to the Super Bowl 5 times and won 4 times. You got 4 rings, bud.
Yeah, I hate losing. I may be a sore loser. I have to confess.
Yeah,
But about the number of books and all, I forgot to mention that. But for this IP, this book saga, it would be something between 7 and 9 books to finish. And even if I finish it, because it would ask a bit of time, and it will necessitate so many years, even though I publish each year I publish something. But it will be between 7 and 9 books, and after that I will continue to work on this IP. I will write and work on it until my last breath. I have so many stories to tell, so many stuff to explore, so many things to show you, and I have multiple lifetime material in my head.
hell yeah, very based. I take it this the ukulele or whatever this is like the French version of Kickstarter.
Yes. And so I succeed for this one, which was for my third book, and I succeeded for my fourth book also. So the Kickstarter is my third crowdfunding project.
Yeah, it's fucking dope, bud. So
And for the second crowdfunding, I get, if I remember, something like 3,700.
So maybe actually I don't even want to let's talk about possible recourse after like the results of the Kickstarter, which you guys should go check out, man. Go check this out. Go back him. Go throw him a couple shillings here. Help old Christopher out here. Yeah, what do you get? What do you art book? You get the digital copy for 12 bones. That's a good deal. You got this is really fair. And 25, you got 20. What's that in burger bucks? 25. What's that? What's
Maybe burger bucks. Something like $28.
Okay. And this little wing ding here, that's euros.
Yes.
Okay, based. So yeah, for 25 bones, you guys get the book. That's and a bookmark and a postcard.
Unfortunately, it's in my novel are in French, and I know that it's worthless for people who don't read French. I know.
Okay. And
yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, for 50 euros, so something like $55, you have the art book, a postcard, and a bookmark. and it
and
it it, it counts a bit of the shipping to the US. I think for the US, if you have to pay the total price from my memory is something like 80 euros. So it's something like 25 $85 dollars. I know that's the problem of shipping.
mhm.
I there is no avoiding that, unfortunately.
There is, because what you could do is we could talk about it after the show's over.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I can help you out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, and yeah, if there is like recourse and ID afterwards, let's say a scenario that the Kickstarter succeed and that we have something to work with, you and I. Maybe I can even refund some of the money. Like, oh, I found a solution to reduce the cost of this and this and this. I will send an email. Give me like your PayPal or something. I will reimburse a bit.
No, you don't want to do that. You gotta keep that
Well,
money, boy.
I know, I sound naive and
No.
stupid, but I try to be one of the good guys.
Yeah, well, you're already one of the good guys. Good guys need to get paid.
Well, if you insist, I can throw like some A5 illustration, because there is illustration that I print. I think that's called the word you use. Like print of some of the art that I can slide into the envelope.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. This is fucking dope, bud. I hope this succeeds. You know, guys that are watching this, all tens, all the many tens of Big Dave watchers, go over and back this project, bud. This is dope. For $50, you can get the book.
Yeah, and I think I may say it live. If not, stop me before I say something stupid. But maybe you will see me in some of your books later on, and I'm quite happy to do something with you in the future.
Oh yeah, we'll see, maybe. Yeah, well, maybe we'll see Mr. Christopher pop up in an issue of Bizarchives in the future. He's working with some of the Bizarre Kangs to translate some of his stuff, and he's gonna try to enter the pulp scene, join the pulp cult. Right, so that's pretty cool, bud. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
I
go
had a
ahead.
question on Charles about what did I do for promotion. Uh, what didn't I do? Like I made a paid advertisement on Facebook and Instagram. I made many videos in English and French on my YouTube channel. I made like so many messages on so many Discord. I sent so many emails to so many people. Something like, hey, I did this. Do you think that there is value? Can you give a shout out, or can I go into live stream or stuff like that? I also had some friends that said, "Oh, I can get you in contact with this and that and this and that." So I did everything I could with my humble capability. Since even though I have a team with me, they are even less influential than I am. For example, my artist is someone who is very silent. The silent type person,
Yeah.
don't like to speak publicly and stuff. And yeah, she shared some of the stuff on social media and all, but yeah, my main achievement was going on the Archcast past Saturday, sorry. And this
Yeah.
is the most I succeeded. And also, to not sound a bit too depressing, is also finding years that really like my work, and we are more or less entering a professional relationship. And I hope it will continue. And she get me in touch with you, and she also get me in touch with Aidin Paladin, which maybe will get me a spot with Ethan Van Skyver. We have to confirm that, but yeah, I do everything I can to show my work and to just say that I exist, that there is some stuff like that around, and that unfortunately the main actor of the entertainment don't speak much about, because this is something I also find very saddening, that the sometimes the vocal people speaking about cancel culture and woke agenda and stuff don't promote actual small guy that need a hand.
Oh,
And
don't even get me started with those parasites.
yes,
I hate them.
and again, I will be a bit emotional, but cancel culture and woke agenda and stuff kills people. You have to say it. Uh, for example, Zoe Quinn, the B word of a person, made someone kill himself, and no one spoke about it. Like the guy died in utter indifference. There is people losing their job, losing their house, getting divorced because the relationship doesn't work when you are so stressed and your entire life crumbles in front of you. There is people like losing custody of kids, or maybe do drunk driving because they are in a bad place at one special moment and their life turn into shit. Like, cancel culture kills people,
and we
unlike
got
guns.
and us underground guys, we get no love from these
Yes.
milk toast react tubers, these parasites. You know what? They're just like the only like big one that really gives us any sort of love is honestly Razor Fist. Razor, I got to shout out Razor Fist.
uh
He's
I contacted him, and I
he's
know
hard to get a
he
hold
is.
of. He's hard to
I
get a
know
hold of.
he's. I know he saw my messages and didn't respond.
Yeah, he's hard to get a hold of, and he. I'm not because he retweets our stuff. He's in the pulp scene. He retweets and he helps. Part of the problem is like so many people are reaching out to him, so it's like you know
Of
what I
course, I
mean.
understand. This is also reality that you have to play a bit of devil advocate. The most notorious people, they receive like 100 message per hour. So
Yeah,
of course there is some loss, but I wish that I wish they try a bit harder.
yeah, yeah. So it's talking Razor Fist, like he's like our best one, right? He's like the
Yeah.
best one. I don't agree with any. I think his politics are retarded. I'll just say that. Yeah, I think
Well,
he's
I
libertarian garbage.
honestly I don't care of anyone
Yeah.
politic. You have
But
your politic, good
that
for
don't
you.
matter. It don't matter. It's
Yes.
about the art.
My concern is free speech and freedom of creativity
Yeah, I'm
and
just saying
having
that.
good entertainment. That's it.
I'm just saying that because people are, oh, fucking Fist is it. Dude, I'll tell you what, Razor Fist, he retweets our tweet and he helps us sell books. So, respect to him for that. And, his books are actually pretty good. So he's a good writer. He's in the pulp scene. So respect to him. It's these other guys, right? These other fucking guys that they get on their horns and they cry baby and they bemoan fucking Brand, right? Daddy Brand. And all they do is they make videos about the Rings of Power. Dude, everybody already knows Rings of Power is fucking gay. You jerk off. You know what I mean? How about so here's the deal with these guys. They're fucking parasites. They're up in
Mm.
the art scene using this outrage clickbait to make themselves richer and more popular. And then they go, well, there's no fucking right wing, there's no conservative. Where's all the first our stuff? Yeah, we're right here, motherfucker. How about this? Next time I see you, if I ever see you at a convention or something, I'm gonna smack you in the fucking mouth because you're a poser and a parasite, you cocksucker. Go fuck yourself. I hate them motherfuckers. Nah, for real. Art
Yeah,
cult
no,
all
no.
day.
I don't love mocking you. I love because I relate so much.
Yeah, fuck them. For real.
There is one I would love to have a hand on, is It's a Gundam, because I know that It's a Gundam is a real passionate guy. Before doing videos, which is a bit clickbaity, he was like one of the best guys promoting mods for video games like Fallout, Skyrim, and stuff like that. And that's just because for one stroke of luck he became a bit popular. And he explained, for example, the things he went through. For example, he know deeply about the drag queen environment, because apparently there was some people in his family that were into it. He know many stuff about cosplaying. He was a musician that apparently lost at the very, like, an inch away of success. And he spoke about, yeah, he spoke much about woke stuff and stupid entertainment, but the guy knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, and I would love so much to have an interview with him and actually show more about the thing I know for a fact, that he's so knowledgeable and talented and stuff like that. I would love to have him.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I don't know if you know him or what's your opinion about the guy,
I've
but
never heard of him.
yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny, and everything you said, he would said it, but in a comedian way. So he's very passionate, and he's like he's even black pilled than black pilled.
Charles Farley says, "Settle down, Dave. You're gonna blow a fuse, bro. My fuse has been blown, bub.
I don't have any more fuse, bro.
Yeah, nah. You can't even find a fuse for me, bud. Yeah, no, it's but
But
it just
again,
that
that's
upsets me.
passion. That's passion speaking, and I relate so much. I understand you so much, and I wish I had the energy left to yell and speak about, for example, my experience with cancel culture, because my shtick, unfortunately, is mental health, and you don't know how much it's dangerous to people who have not the mental fortitude to take so many hits so many times. It's yeah, I will not go too much because I don't want to sound too grim, but I wish I could speak more passionately than you about this, because my side of my experience is more gloomy and depressing. But yeah, I 100%, man, 100%.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna be honest. I hope I don't offend you, but I take your gloominess and I wipe my whole ass with it. You just you stacked 5 G's for your fucking project, dog.
I know.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I don't I don't I'm okay. You can't continue. You make me laugh really sincerely. I'm not offended in any way.
That's insane, people like this is a problem. It's like, we in the us underground artists, like the cult down here, the art cult, the pulp cult, us guys down here that are grinding and hustling and doing special stuff, right? We're doing like really special shit down here, and it's just it gets frustrating because you got these
Yeah,
milk toast douchebags up here on one side that are fucking yakety yakety, yeah, fucking rings of power, fucking, oh, we'll go woke, go broke, blah 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 blah. But where's our art? Where's the stuff from our side? And then all they do is they just promote their buddies who do this like conservative, like they like here's our new comic, and it's like woke comics, but like 60% less troons. It's like
yeah,
it's still there's still girl bosses and like multicultural. It's still gay. Like it's not even anything really good. And they're frustrating. And then we got guys on the other side that are like, whoa, where's all the art? Blah, 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 blah. And then all they do is political post. Like, who gives it? Like you said about Razorfist. Dude, Razorfist, if I met him in real life, I would shake his fucking hand and thank him for his. I don't even care. Like, I don't, if he's like, if he wanted to, I'd be like, dude, I don't
yeah.
even
He's
care about
doing
your
his
politics.
part. He's
I
doing
don't,
his part. That's it.
I don't even care about his politics, how wrong or right he is. The bottom line is he puts in some work for us, and that's all that matters. And here's the deal with these fucking guys. We don't need them. We don't need them. Look how much growth we had in the last year. Look how many guys have joined the fold. Look how many books we're selling. Look at the money that Christopher's stacking, right? Maybe he's not getting that 40 G's, but he's got 5 G's. That's still big. Dude, we're on the come up. And they can't stop us. And one day we're going to be in the thrones. We're going to reclaim our thrones. We're going to reclaim our territory. And when it's our turn and the tables are turned and the sword is in our hand, no mercy for these fucking parasites. No mercy. Fall to your knees.
We are going to take back Jerusalem.
Yeah, it says Razorfist is pretty cool. It has, yeah. I'll tell you what about Razorfist. You could say what you want about his approach or his politics or his philosophies. A lot of it I disagree with, but you know what? He sticks by what he says. Like he's a libertarian and all that, but he's like he is what he says he is. You know what I mean? Honest.
Yeah, and he
And
was.
with that. I like that.
He was the only one I saw in the Anglosphere, at least to his level of fame, to speak about bande dessinée. Like every single one, like you said, to speak. Oh, where's the good comics? Where's the good comics? Well, in the Francosphere, there is excellent stuff. Seriously, some groundbreaking stuff. For example, I mentioned Tintin. Tintin is maybe the first bande dessinée ever.
What's bande dessinée?
More than 100. It's the Belgian Franco comic stuff, like Tintin. You know Tintin?
Like Rin Tin Tin, the dog.
No, Tintin. I will show you. I'm a bit disappointed you don't know about Tintin.
thought Rin Tin Tin was like a dog, like a
No, no,
talking
no, no, no.
dog.
Here, show this picture. I'm sure that on the chat people will recognize it. So Tintin is a Belgian bande dessinée, and it's more than 100 years old.
All right, let's take a look here.
That's the face of the guy.
I've seen these fucking guys. Yeah, I know this guy with the little
Yeah.
yawn on his head.
This is the king of bande dessinée in Belgium and France, and this is more than 100 years old.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen this guy 1,000 times with his little
Yes.
the little flippy ginger thing on his dome.
Yeah, it's a very wholesome story about a journalist when they were journalists, trying to solve some mysteries and go on adventure, and it's very kid friendly, but it's not dumb kid friendly. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like the Land Before Time, which was one of my favorite movie when I was a kid. Well, I was dinosaur fan before that, but when I saw Land Before Time, I was just okay. I love dinosaur until my last breath. But yeah, Tintin is very very nice stories. There is like it's set. The setting is something like the 50s or the 60s in Europe. So now watching this, it's like a capsule before time. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I got two little boys, so dinosaurs, like my life is dinosaurs. Like, I hear about dinosaurs all day long. All day long. I tell you, it's pretty cool though. There's like dinosaurs are pretty cool. I went back and I showed them like the some of the not the later Jurassic, but the first Jurassic Park movie. And they fucking
Oh yeah.
oh my god. They loved it. They love the Godzilla movies and they fuck with all that stuff. They love it.
And no, don't say that, CP Webster. Please don't say that.
What did he say? What did he say?
Wasn't Tintin based on Leon de Grelle? And I would say that without upsetting Susan. Leon de Grelle is one of the.
I know who he is.
Okay, well, no, it's not. Please don't say that.
Well, I'll get us canceled.
Yes, because it's also a sensitive topic in Belgium. Like we did there is a tiny bit of shame story in Belgium with the two World War, and Leon de Grelle is one of them. But we have other like amazing stories. For example, the Chasseurs Ardennais, which is Ardennes hunters who stop like almost the entire German army from I think a month or something like that, and they were like 20 or 40 dudes. I don't remember the name. There is also like the First World War, the flooding of the river Isère, which stopped the progress of the German army towards the sea and stuff like that. So it's always a sensitive topic for the World War, because it's the joke like, oh, the Belgium is just a speed bump for Germany. No, please. If you look into it, Belgium, well, we were stomped, true, but we fucked with the German army so much that they hated our guts for the entire war.
All right, let's not talk about World War II. That's Illuminati says Asterix and Obelix. Yeah, Asterix is baked.
They are French, but it's very good. Very, very good.
CP Webster says, Pardonnez, moi. Monsieur Evrard.
No worries.
I butchered that, didn't I?
Yes, but it's okay. Yeah, the correct way of saying it is pardonnez-moi, Monsieur Evrard.
Okay.
I can teach you some French if you want, especially with Illuminatus, who it's funny because he said I DM'd him on Telegram and I was like, also, you really speak French? And like I sent him some insult.
Reagan, my boy Reagan says Siegfried. I'm familiar with this by Alex Alice is a good bandy Disney. How do you say it? How do you say that?
Bande dessinée.
Bande dessinée trilogy. You might like Wagnerian fantasy by a French artist / writer. That sounds dope. Sounds dope to me, bub.
I will show you another one if you allow me with the one Torgal. It's if you don't know Torgal and you like fantasy setting and all, it's amazing. Uh, because yeah, it's a setting in the Viking stuff, Viking timeline and all,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's a bit like Conan in a way, but with a more Viking tone.
based.
And a bit of science fiction because Torgal is actually like someone who came from space and was found by a Viking tribe. But yeah, it's amazing. Torgal is one of the gems in the Belgian bande dessinée. It's very 70s, 80s inspired.
Oh hell yeah, this is up my alley, boy. This is what I'm talking about. That's a good shit. Let me see if there's a bigger. That's not really coming up too good. Thorgal.
Yeah, it's not easy to find the very first iteration, and the first publication, if I'm not mistaken, it's the 80s. Oh yeah, 1980 exactly. First publication.
Yeah, and also like a heavy metal magazine started in French, the Francosphere. Is it called like Metallant or something like that?
Yeah, Metal Hurlant, which translates in screaming metal, and yeah, it's a cult classic also in the Francosphere. But
Hell
again,
yeah.
it's old stuff, old stuff. I don't have anything against old stuff. I live my life in old entertainment stuff,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, nowadays. It is a story I keep explaining. The main geek and science fiction fantasy publisher in the Francosphere is a publishing house named Bragelonne. In English, we will say something like Bragelonne, and they publish like for example, The Witcher, the Game of Thrones, uh, everything you can imagine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they published some Marvel stuff and also like collaboration and all. It's a very very big house name in France, the main one to be honest, at least for the geek sphere. And like, if I have to say a percentage, maybe 70 to 75% of everything they publish is foreign. So it's why how
It's weird. Yiz says, I like weird stuff like La Planète Salvage.
the Savage Planet,
Yeah,
ouais, Fantastic
Fantastic
Planet.
Planet. Yeah, that's what I love Fantastic Planet. That's like a weird acid trip. I love
Yes.
psychedelic shit. It's so based.
Oh, you will love my stuff, man. I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to brag, but I think you will.
Hell yeah. I'm in. I'm in. I'm convinced. I'll pick some. We gotta get these translated, boy, so I can read some.
Yeah, for to say a number to people who don't know, and I will be curious about Illuminatus' reaction, by the way, because it will help me translate the thing I will work with you for at least the beginning of our future collaboration. Uh, my translator, which is someone who went to university and also she has a degree and blah blah blah, for the first novel, it will cost 7,000 euros to translate. So it's not cheap money.
No, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. So let me ask you, because I brought this up to you. You speak pretty good English. Your English, you know what I mean? Like you could go anywhere in America and talk to people or England or whatever.
Yeah,
So like why is it so hard to just like get more proficient in writing English?
it's not the same thing. It's very hard to explain, but
Do you read books in English?
oh, yes. I watch movie. Some I like to watch movie with English subtitles because to make sure that I understand everything correctly. Sometimes way of pronunciation, or if the sound is not good, or if in the movie you hear someone speaking through a telephone, for example, the sound is not great. So in such instances, I may need subtitles, but well, 90% of every YouTube stuff and movie and all that I watch is in audio English. I don't need anything. Like for example, earlier I wasn't sure about the word bailiff. I went to Google Translate, but outside than that, yeah, I have perfect English. The thing is, when you write, you don't convey the same energy, the same feelings. You don't think the same way. It's maybe Illuminatus can explain the process, but it's like you are another person. You if I wrote something in English and I tried not to translate but rewrite it in English or in French, sorry, you wouldn't have the same feeling. I'm 100% sure of it. The words are not the same. The feeling, the emotion, the perspective you try to convey. Like if I explain, for example, someone entering a door in a cowboy saloon, I would write it in a certain way in English. And if I wanted to say the exact same thing and even the exact same word in French, I'm 100% sure you will have another image and another emotion while reading it.
Yeah, Illuminatus says writing is very different from speaking, reading, listening. And Yiz says writing requires fluency, familiarity because of the tropes, cultural idiom, etc. Then Illuminatus echoes that by saying not just grammar, but sayings, metaphors, idioms are all different.
Yeah,
All right.
but it's funny because when I was in the music sphere, I was a singer. Well, the a growler to be more precise.
Mhm.
I wrote all of my lyrics in English, so for that I can, and I think I'm efficient. But for an entire book or even like a short story, I don't feel confident enough.
Me too.
I think I will sound a bit more retarded than I am already.
That's funny. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And I guess it's because, speaking of that, my old co-host when I was doing the blog, Andre, he's Norwegian and he speaks, his English is perfectly fine. Like it's like, he speaks, he just sounds like he's just got an accent. He speaks perfect English. But he said that like when he talks to me as opposed to some other like Americans, he has trouble understanding what I'm saying sometimes because I use a lot of idioms and regional things and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and when, for example, when some people like from the south, they speak in a different way. Like the sound is not the same. They munch a bit of words and stuff like that. So, and there is also like the expression, like and sometimes some words don't mean the same thing from region to another region. So, it's language is it's it's a labyrinth. It's a maze. It's a rabbit hole. That's no surprise that one of the first thing that J.R. Tolkien tackled with his own universe was language.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And
Now, I,
it's a thing also. If some people know about the Metal Gear Solid video game, in the fifth game, the main crux of the story is language, like transforming the way people speak, because how you speak is how you think. And he wanted
yeah.
like conquer the world that way. And it was a bit metaphorical because Hideo Kojima is like that, but he was dead on. He was dead on. And there is a very sad thing occurring in France about like special regional speak. I don't know, a dialect. Yeah, dialect. So in France, there is French, of course, but like 300 or 400 years ago, there was many dialects, and some people say, "Fuck French, I will speak my dialect." And the country of France didn't like that, so there was like a massive ban and censoring of dialect. And there is still to this day a fight to keep some dialect alive. If yes, you know personally Aiden about the Brittany thing, because Aiden is a bit close to that part of France. Brittany in France hate French, the country, the language, everything. They want to secede. It's a very base country, um, and they try their best to keep the dialect of Brittany alive.
That's cool. Well, they
Yeah.
speak like a Celtic influence language, don't they?
Yes, yes, and even like for example on the on the sign on the wall, like, oh, you entering, I don't know, New York, London, blah blah blah. If you enter Brittany, there is the French name, and just below that there is the Brittany name.
Very cool. Yeah. All right, Mr. Christopher, we are well over an hour. We're an hour and
Yeah.
hour and 20. let's start wrapping it up here. I'm starting to fade, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm about ready
again,
for a nap here.
yeah, you deserved it, especially since I received so much praise from you. I'm touched and very, yeah. Thank you for all your praise, and it's I'm not used to that.
No, it's all good, dude. Yeah, fuck the cancel culture, dude. Cancel these nuts. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with this. They can't. They really like. What is it? This is what I tell guys, right? Like, say you get canceled and you like lose your job. Well, if you lose your job, that job was gay, anyways. You know what I mean? You can always get another job. There are places in this
Yeah,
country where most people just like don't even understand or care about any of that, right? You start talking to them about the inclusivity and all, they just don't understand. They just don't give a shit, right? So there's
yeah,
plenty of jobs out there for guys out there. They don't even worry about. I mean, you always try to be prosperous, always try to be lucrative, always try to make sure that you're securing your money and being profitable with your endeavors. Because you're not, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. If you're not making money doing what you're doing, then it's like a side thing. You can't put as much energy into it. You know what I mean? Like I had to shed that. Like I was like for years, I'm like, oh, I can't ask for money because I can't sell things because that makes me a grifter. Because I had that like internalized like loser mentality. But now I'm like, yo, I'm selling books, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. I never like you mentioned about the language, dude. Like I said earlier, dude, I will never publicly admit that something is like not you can never speak failure because that which you speak, you give power to,
I
right?
agree.
Names have power. That which you say gives power. So I'm not going to give power to losing or failing or anything. I give power to victory at all times, or at least I try to. You know, yeah, obviously, like everybody else in the world, when things go wrong, sometimes you got to vent, and sometimes you got to let it out and everything like that. But always speak victoriously, always speak of victory, always speak of winning, always speak of making money. Dude, I walk around like I'm a millionaire. I'm not. I'm, I'm poor white trash. You know what I mean? I'm poor white trash, but that's okay. You know what? I'm a millionaire on the inside, and I have it in my head that one day I'm gonna get that million, and then we're gonna fund a whole big art revolution. We're gonna be doing, dude. Here's the thing: when you get this winner mentality, let me tell you, dude, I'm dropping music. We're dropping video games. We're dropping film. We're dropping books. We do with like very minimal money, and it's all just manpower and love and passion and victory in our minds. So don't even like. Just we're gonna win, bro. We're winning. So let's do it, Mr.
Yeah,
Christopher.
that's again the US mentality I love so much. The fuck you, I will succeed. I'll. This is so precious, man. I'm not a religious person, but every time I have this US pride feeling, I'm like, God bless America, God
God
bless
bless America.
America, and I announced that not so long in the future, I will have you on my channel for an in-depth
Oh, yeah.
interview with you, because. Yeah, you are an interesting guy, and I always try to
Okay.
get interesting people on my YouTube channel to just have a chat and meet the real you and what you do and stuff like that. So yeah, in the future, you will be on my channel, something like March or something.
Hell yeah, sounds awesome. Well, you guys out there, man, if you're watching this, support his Kickstarter, bro. Go over and get, dude, for $50 on the $50 tier, you get the book, you get a bookmark, and all kind of, dude. This is like loaded with great deals. You know what I mean? And he's put like this is a crazy amount of work this guy's done for this. You know, I'm blown away by the it's very polished. It's professional. This is next level stuff. So go support this guy. Give him some. I know you got $25. Don't $25, $35. Come on, like this is money. Dude, you can't even go out to eat for that price. You know what I mean? You stop to get something to eat, it's way more than that. You got $25,
Oh,
$30 for my
yeah,
voice.
this is something I will close on it, because you were so passionate, and I hate it also deeply. It's oh, I don't have money to support your cool underground project and stuff, but I will buy the next Transformer figurine. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, dude, you guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love this stuff, man. Check out Christopher and all of his. He's over on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter. go follow his stuff, support his cause, and help him reach his goal, man. So I'm rooting for you, Mr. Christopher. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
And
you.
you guys out there, do Bizarcast. We got a new book. It's about to drop. We got a reprint. It's coming out right now. I'm working on it. We got to put the manuscript together. It's gonna have some really cool art on the front. I hired a really cool artist for it. So we're bringing an old sci-fi yarn from back in the 20s, like 1925. We're bringing it back, and we're going to give it to you guys, and it's going to be up very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You guys that are subscribed on the Substack, keep your eyes peeled. We got 3 ebooks that we're going to try to get to you before the end of the month. So that's coming out. Follow us on Twitter and Telegram at the Bizarcast. Guys, buy books. Until then, hails and blessings and love to all you guys out there, your wonderful, beautiful families, the Pulp Cult, the Bog Lords, Culture Dads, all you folks out there. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon next time here on the Bizarcast. Hail.
Hey.